Hello, happy Thursday. Glad everybody is hopefully feeling well, feeling good. I just got done with a little Tabata in the park, and so I'm definitely alive. It's warm out there already. Felt good to break a sweat, so we might as well keep on breaking a sweat here for a little bit longer. We'll get back to doing some flow work today. Took a little break yesterday with some restorative work, which is always appreciated and always a good idea for our bodies. But today I think we'll get back to just moving around a little bit and putting some postures together in a way that's going to feel most likely pretty good for most of us. Remember that every time you get on the mat, you feel a little bit different depending on what's taking place in your life and how your body's responding to that. And since every day is different, our bodies feel different every day as well. On top of all that, sometimes, just what's happening around us in life takes its toll on our body as well. If things are stressful, if things are peaceful, that all builds up and it all gets stored in there somewhere. So as you move, if you notice that things have shifted a little bit or they don't feel quite the same as they normally do, don't worry too much about it because it's going to continue to change. That is the nature of life, is that things are constantly in some state of changing. And our job as yogis is to learn how to pay attention to that change, no matter if it's coming fast or slow. Try to tune into it and make sure that we're along for the ride. So all that said simply means listen to your body. Do what you need to do. Do the things that you usually do if it feels good. Don't do the things that you don't usually do. No need to put yourself through anything that you don't need or certainly don't want. That's my spiel. Aside from that, I think everything else today will be pretty self-explanatory. We're going to start lying down on our backs. So grab whatever you might need if you want any support under your head, neck, shoulders. It's not necessary, but it's nice to have. I'm going to turn to the side for now, but you can get yourself comfortable wherever you'd like. And then just take these first few moments to put your body in a shape that feels good to you. I'm going to do Baddha Konasana with the bottoms of the feet together. And just let my hands rest on my hip bones as a reminder to my body that it's okay to start to feel a little bit heavy. Let the muscles and the bones be dense. Relax all the way down through the spine. Feel your shoulder blades in the back of your head get heavy here. Keep your breath moving in and out, slow and steady. And then just begin to follow that rhythm of inhales and exhales deeper. Until you can feel the response from your chest and your belly as they begin to rise and fall. Let the sound, the texture, the volume of your breath continue to rise as well. Invite yourself to go deeper inward. Let go of the outside world around you for a little while. Just let it continue on without you. You're not missing out on anything, I promise. It's okay to just be right here, right now. Breathe. Spend a moment or two actively working on relaxing the muscles of your face. So put a conscious effort towards softening your cheekbones, softening your forehead, your eyelids. Relax around the corners of the eyes, around the corners of the mouth. Unclench your teeth and let your jaw just drop softly. And then keep your breath moving smooth and steady in and out for about 5 more full cycles. During this time, continue to clear some space in your mind, or maybe set some intentions for your practice, or for your day, for the rest of your week. You don't have to think too hard about it, just whatever comes to mind. Maybe there's some things that you're willing to offer up and let go of today, or at least give it your best shot. Ujjayi Pranayama, you can start bringing your inhales and exhales just through the nose, deeper past the lungs, down into the belly and back out again. A little bit of constriction in the back of your throat so that you can honestly feel the vibration of the breath moving. And then when you're ready, send that breath through your body, down to your fingers, down to your toes. And let them begin to wiggle and stretch. Depending on where you're at, you'll just gradually, gently begin to make some other little movements that feel good to you, pointing and flexing your feet, opening and closing the palms of your hands, and maybe bringing the knees in for a little squeeze. And that's where we'll meet eventually, just holding on gently to the kneecaps or the shins and rocking ever so softly across the low back, side to side. You can begin to push your knees around in a little circle, a couple times clockwise, and then a few times around counterclockwise. See if you can keep your low back connected to the mat as you do that, so tailbone stays heavy, and you'll start to feel like you're using your low abdominals a little bit. Creases of the hips are coming to life. Slow it back down through center. Keep holding on to the knees or maybe further down on the shins, and then pull your knees out really wide. Modified happy baby, and just let the legs hang there for a moment. Slightly up, like you're trying to get your kneecaps up into your armpits. Keep the tailbone really heavy. Feel the entire length of your spine pressing down into the mat. And then release. Swing the knees back together, drop the arms out and open. We're going to stay with a little supine sequence just a tad longer. We'll take it into a twist, both knees all the way over to the right. Keep the legs stacked up and put some pressure there with your right hand. And then if you need to readjust your shoulder blades a little bit, pick them up and set them back down so that as you turn your gaze to the left, you can find slightly deeper leverage on that twist. 5 deep breaths right here. Three. 2. And 1. We'll bring it back to center slowly. Inhale. And then everything moves the other way. Don't be afraid to readjust the shoulders again. Get those shoulder blades untucked so that you can enjoy the twist through your upper body just as much as you do in the lower body. Oftentimes we reserve these spinal twists for the end of practice, but it's so nice to start with one every now and again as well. See how your low back feels today. Find out a lot of information about what's going on in your body with a spinal twist. You can tell how your hips feel, how your back feels. You can even extend that top leg out for a moment. Maybe just get a little read on what's happening in your hamstrings. Two. One more time. Smooth, steady breath in. Slow, deep exhale out. And then unwind. And take those knees in, give them one more quick squeeze. And then hands move around behind the kneecaps and let's rock it and roll it up and down. Just enough momentum to massage out your spine a little bit. And one more time, up to the top, and then you can tuck your ankles underneath. Just come on out and meet me on all fours here. Right. Hands up in the corners of your mat, so out in front of you quite a bit, and then big toes together, knees out to the edges of your mat as well, and sink yourself way back into an extended child's pose. Sometimes it helps to rock your hips a little bit. Make some room for your chest and belly to get way down close to the ground. Breathe right here for 3. If you want to rock your forehead, take some tension out of your neck and shoulders, go right ahead and do so. 2. And 1. Next inhale, leave your hands where you're at. You're gonna pull your body forward, forward, forward. We're not moving the knees, we're not moving the hands. Keep pulling forward, and at some point, you're gonna have to lift your feet. You can see my feet come off the mat back behind me there, and then pull your toes up towards your glutes. Drop your belly down through that space below you. Lift your gaze. A little modified up dog version. Exhale, don't move anything, just push your hips back to your heels. Forward and back like that a few times. Inhale all the way up. You rock past your kneecaps, so it should feel like you're on the very lowest part of your thighs, not right on the kneecap, or else that won't feel very good. Exhale, press all the way back. Start to speed it up a little bit now. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Bring it Forward, push it back, 4. Again, breathe. Heart center pulls through the arms, 3. Really starting to loosen up the spine with some flexion here. 2 more. Press it back. And 1 more inhale all the way up, forward and through. Hold this last one. Let your legs start to unfurl behind you. There you go. Stay in this twist. Now you can kind of shimmy the hips around a little bit, walk the hands into a little more comfortable spot. Lower down just slightly so that now your pelvic bone is down on the mat, and then twist the shoulders a tad. I might even step my left hand forward just so I can get a good twist in the back. And then switch, 1 hand forward, 1 back a little bit, and twist the other side. Back to the middle. Exhale, slowly lower everything down. And when you get all the way to the bottom, send your arms out. Your feet are already wide. They should still be out wider than the edges of your mat. And then a little spinal warm up here. We're gonna lift everything off the mat on your next deep breath in. Ready, set, go. Lift it up and hold it for 5. Keep your gaze down. 4. 3, feel those back muscles come to life. Booty working, everything's alive. 2, obviously you're using your core here as well. And 1, relax, just tap your forehead down. Release for a moment. Here we go again. Inhale, lift everything up. Purna Shalabhasana. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Keep it alive. 4, 3, keep lifting. 2, and 1. Relax. Forehead down. You can always tap one ear if that feels better. Just a full cycle of breath in and out. If we did it once, we did it twice, you know we're gonna do it 3 times. So here's the last round. Pick it up when you're ready. 3, 2, 1, relax. Good, give yourself a full exhale to release. Then slide your hands in, zip your legs back up. We're going hands and knees or high plank, that's up to you. So either push all the way to a top of push-up or to tabletop pose, then back to downward facing dog. Once you're in your first down dog, work it out a little bit. Wake up the hips, the hamstrings. Swivel your heels around side to side. Give your heart a good solid push back towards your thighs, and then when you're ready, just begin to walk it slowly up toward the top or the middle of your mat, wherever you want to be. We're going to stay upside down here for a few breaths. Hang loose, keep the knees gently bent, walk your hands around one edge of your mat to the other a few times. Shaking out any tension. Try to just coax your body into letting go. No need to hold on to tightness in your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. All right, release. If your arms aren't already hanging at your sides, let them just dangle there as you roll and stack your way up to stand. Make all your little adjustments along the way so that when you make it up to finally Stand tall, you're ready for Samasthiti. Drawing the feet together, the palms together, lifting through the crown of your head and close your eyes. Bring your heart center up a little closer to your thumbs and just stand an inch taller. Go back to your dedications, your intentions, maybe whatever you were hoping to let go of today. Just hold that in your mind for a moment. All right, eyes open up. Here we go. We're going to start to flow a little bit. Warming up with a few salutes. I'm going to leave my left hand in front of the heart here and just take the right arm up and over. Follow with your gaze. It's just a little baby back bend. You look up for that right hand. Good. On the exhale, you swing your right arm around and put your forearm right in the small of your back. Left arm comes up, inhale, so now you can kind of lean back into your forearm as you back bend. Exhale, left arm around, grab opposite elbows behind your back. Again, one more time, lift your heart. Squeeze your legs, pull your low belly muscles in. And then release. Take it all the way to a forward fold. When you get to the bottom, you can just let the hands relax back down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. On your exhalation, step, walk, or hop back. You can take a vinyasa here, lower down. If you don't like chaturanga or it's too hard on your shoulders, you can just hold a plank. Otherwise, halfway or all the way to the mat, your choice. Cobra is a little back bend. Up dog is a big back bend. And then tabletop or high plank through to downward facing dog. Lift it up and full breath in. Exhale completely. Right leg up high behind you for a moment. Let's stretch open the hips, bend your knee, take a little twist through your torso. Wiggle your toes, roll your ankle, whatever you want to do. Open and close that hip and knee a few times. And then eventually we'll swing it through. Right to a low lunge. Tap the back knee for a moment. Good. Push your hips up into space behind you. Stretch over your front shin. Exhale back into the lunge, add a twist. Deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat, push back again. Stretch and flex, pyramid, variation. I like picking up my front toes. You don't have to do that, it just makes the stretch a little bit more interesting, so do what feels good to you. One more time, third time into the lunge. You can bring the back knee down or you can let it hover, but take your arms up and find a full lunge. So it's a little bit more involved type of salutation. We've got some postures coming right away. 2 and 1. Hands come down. This time you'll step forward and fold at the top of your mat. Exhale completely. We take it all the way up. Circle around, arms come up on the inhale, scoot back just a tad here. Palms meet and fall into heart center on your exhale. Good, left arm circles around. Keep the right one in front of your heart. Take a little back bend. If you want to turn your palm on your heart center, that's kind of a sweet, inspiring way to make a back bend because you really lift your own heart into your hand. And so that feels good. Reach up. Good. Swing that left arm around. This time, just leave it kind of resting behind you. Same thing with the right. Reach it up. And then swing it around. Now you can hook those hands together. Lock the fingers. One more time. Squeeze the legs. Hands stay bound. Lift your heart center up here. Exhale. Keep the hands bound. Forward fold, don't be afraid to bend your knees as you dive down. Stretch your shoulders at the bottom. 2, 1. Fingertips release, half lift and lengthen. Ardha Uttanasana, step, walk, or hop back. Now you know your options. You can do all kinds of different things here. You pick which one works best for you. We meet in downward facing dog. And we start with that left leg up when you get there. Open your hip, bend your knee. In. Do your own thing here for a moment or two, whatever feels good in that three-legged down dog. And then we'll step through and meet in the lunge. First, deep breath, you're just gonna sink in. Maybe you tap right knee down. See how those hip flexors feel. Good. Push back and flex. Front toes can stay flat or they can flex up off of the mat. Exhale, back into a lunge. Second one gets a twist. Open that up, breathe. 2, 1. Hands down, press back again, bit deeper stretch. One more time into your lunge. It can be high or low, that's up to you. Arms come up in either variation, wherever you're at. You can start low and come up high if you want to. Either way, it's 3. Maybe you lift your heart, maybe you make a little bit more of a back bend or a heart opener. 2, hands come down, and we step to the top and fold. There it is. Let's take it through again one more time. We'll go all the way up to stand. Press the hands together when you get to the top. Take them into heart center. Pause right here with me for a moment. Close your eyes again. Just get yourself grounded, rooted. Clear some space in the mind. Find your breath. All right, eyes open. You can do whichever arm you want to, whichever one you want to begin with. Put the other hand over your heart. Stretch up. Swing that hand around behind your back. Just let it rest where it feels good, or maybe you hold the back of your thigh. Left arm or opposite hand, whichever one you're on, reach it up and swing it behind. Now you can clasp the hands, or maybe both hands just stay on your glutes or your low back or the back of your thighs. Biggest back bend so far right here. This one will take you back a little bit further. Keep squeezing your legs. Back bending is all about strong legs. Exhale, fold down and release at the bottom. Half lift and lengthen. Good. Take it back, high to low, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. This round is going to be slightly different, just in the way that we put it together. Exhale to down dog, right leg comes up nice and high. Bend your knee, open your hip for a breath if it feels good. Straighten your right leg back out, go knee to the nose, squeeze. Kick back up on your inhale. Now step through, find that low lunge. Foot between your hands, you just tap the back knee one time. Keep it low. Good. Inhale, press back, flex. Fold towards your right. Exhale, drop back into the lunge. Take a deep breath in. Open it up to that twist. Exhale, both hands down. Press back one more time. Shift your weight forward. Arms come up. Full lunge variation. Anjaneyasana. Pull the low belly muscles in. Make sure your bandhas are working. Here's the change. Exhale, hands down. Put another vinyasa in here. Don't step forward. Just take it down. Good. Right to the other side this time. Left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. One knee to the nose. Kick back through, up nice and high. Step through, low lunge. Tap the back knee, keep it low. And hips up high, press back and flex. Sink in again. Stay low and twist. Exhale, release. Press back once more. Flex, 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 and breathe. Folding over that left shin. Weight shifts forward on the exhale. You take all of your next breath in to rise up, find your lunge. Pull the low belly muscles in tight. And then hands to the mat. One more vinyasa right here. So we tripled up on the vinyasas in that last round. And you know what that means? You get to take a little break. From your down dog, come down, rest in your child's pose for a few moments. Just give yourself a quick breather here. Have a sip of water if you need one. If you're practicing somewhere where it's warm, make sure that you're getting a little bit of time to have some water, cool your body down if you need. Another 3 or 4 exhales here. Slide yourself forward, come all the way back out onto your belly like we did before. Stretch it all back up, feet wide, hands wide, open up like that big letter X once again. Okay, here we go, 1, 2, 3, inhale, lift, everything comes up off the mat, hold it with me again for 5, 4, really working on that backside body. I cannot tell you how good this stuff is for you. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take one ear down to the mat. Just pause for a moment. All right, forehead back to center. Prepare. Inhale when you're ready. Up you go. Hold it for 5. Try to get your thighs off the ground. 4, lift your hands up a little higher. 3, keep the gaze down. 2, neck is a natural extension of your spine. And 1, relax, opposite ear down. Okay, final time we're gonna be here. Chin comes back to center or forehead. When you are ready, exhale completely first. Inhale, lift everything up, and then you can stay there, or if you're ready for it, bend your right knee, grab your right foot, or the top of your ankle. Bend your left knee, grab your left foot. Take another inhale, pull your shoulder blades back and together, and exhale, kick up even more. Find your bow and breathe. Dhanurasana. 4, 3, keep lifting. 2, and 1. This time as you release, bring the forearms around to the front and stack them up. Relax there. Slow your breath back down to its natural rhythm. slide in. Your choice, tabletop or plank. Ready, set, up, and back. Downward facing dog. Find that right leg, pick it up. You know how this first part goes. You're gonna bend your knee, open your hip. If you're a flip dog person, you can flip that one over if you want to. If you're not a flip dog person, stay put. Okay, flip dogs will come back around on the next breath in. We go knee to the nose on the exhale, squeeze. Really try to touch those two things together. That's how you get stronger, right leg high. Step in, low lunge. Tap that back knee for a moment. Press back, flex hamstrings. Sink back in, dragonfly twist. Low twisting lunge, right side, belly button touching the inside of your right thigh. Exhale, release. Instead of pushing back, this time lift off the back foot. Take the stretch over the front shin still. Now you're upside down in standing split for 2, 1. Gaze forward, slowly. Now all you have to do is step back and reach up. There's your lunge. Arms up and overhead. Low belly muscles pull in. Add on with me. Sweep the hands back 1 time. Stay here or find a warrior 3 if you want one. Coming off that back foot again. 2, 1. Set it back down. Hands stay at your heart. Inhale, lift up a little bit. Twist. Left elbow comes across, and we'll prayer twist to the right. Breathe. 3, 2. We're gonna make a big, huge transition here. On 1, slowly, start to unwind, and as you do, you're gonna put your back heel down. Unwind, open to the side, the arms stretch out. Reverse triangle, big breath in. You just lengthen out that whole right side of your body. On your exhale, arms out, rotate the front toes, right? So saw those front toes, we'll go slow. Draw your palms back to your heart, and then lean to the right side and tap your right elbow to that knee. Good? Take it back through the middle, switch to the left elbow to the left knee. So you're just rotating from side to side, or shifting is a better word than rotating. We're not doing any twisting here, we're just going back and forth. 4. You can go deeper than that if you want to get way down low, that's fine. 3. So Cossack squat or side squat, lateral movement from left to right for 2. You get 1 more to the right, 1 more to the left, and then you can just relax and fold into the middle. Rasarita Aduttanasana. Couple breaths upside down. Adding in here any variations. If you like holding your heels, your big toes, reaching your hands through your legs, or your hands forward. Those are good chest stretches. So is Baddhahasta, hands bound, if that feels good in your body. Obviously, you could get into your headstand from here if you wanted to. And lots of different things to think about. You do what seems right for you. And we'll keep breathing for 5. One thing we often forget about here is working on your center splits. You can take your feet out really wide, or you can even turn and pivot and drop into your sort of forward splits from any of those positions. These are just options, remember. This is not a checklist. You don't have a to-do list right now. This is yoga. You do what feels good to you. If you're in a pretty big pose like the splits or a headstand, you got 3 breaths to slowly start working your way out of there. If you're still just hanging upside down, good for you, keep breathing. 2, and 1, and then we're just gonna walk it all the way back around to the front. Plant your hands, pick up your right foot, don't drag it. Take it to high plank, lower halfway or all the way. Up dog or cobra. We're working through that on the left side. Left leg up high. Knee bends, hip opens, flip dogs flip. You do what feels good and right to you. Stretch. Take it back around. Big inhale, step on through, stay low. First one, tap. Hips up and back, pyramid stretch. Sink back in with a twist to the left. And release, hands down. We're not going back, we're going forward, off that back foot now. Fold. In on the left. Standing split and breathe. 3, 2. Find your fingertips, inhale, look out a little bit. Control that step back to your lunge. Arms reach up and over. Palms come through your heart and twist. Don't be afraid to help hook that elbow where you need it. And then really extend back through your right heel. Like you're trying to touch that right heel to the wall behind you. Keep the rotation going to the left. Remember our big transition coming up? It's all the way to reverse triangle. So we're gonna exhale, start to unwind. We wanna worry about the back foot first. So we're gonna get that heel down. Then we come up, straighten the legs, tilt the whole pose back. Viparita Trikonasana. Left side opens up long. As you come out of that one, arms out. And then turn the toes, gather the palms. Shift the weight to the left and tap. Left elbow to knee. Try that the other way. Then when you get the hang of it, you can start going a little bit deeper, side to side. You can get down low into a full deep squat. That's up to you. Listen to your hips. 4, keep rocking. 3, side to side. Left and right. There's 2. 1 more of each. Left side, right side to the middle and fold. Hanging loose upside down. You've got the same amount, about 6, 7, 8 breaths, maybe even 10 to do what feels good to you here. No right or wrong way to do any of this stuff, as long as it feels right in your body and you can breathe. Obviously, there's some right and wrong ways to do headstands and things like that, but in terms of just exploring what your body needs, there's no rules there. You just have to kind of figure those things out on your own. Sometimes just walking the hands around to a couple different positions feels good. Simply finding some stillness and just letting your head hang way below your heart. So, whatever the case may be, got those splits options again. If you took the splits around to the front on the first side, be sure you try your other side, even if it's not your favorite side. Okay, if you're in a bigger pose like that, you're going to take all the time you need to just work your way out. Splits, you don't even have to turn back to the side. You're already facing the front if that's where you went. We'll wait for the rest of our friends to come around, and then we're not going to drag the left foot we're going to pick it up and take it back, high plank, good. Lower, last vinyasa of the class, right here. Pull through, up dog cobra. And exhale, push your hips to your heels, find your child's pose. All right, so if you're watching this in later time, not in real time, if you wanted to flow again right there, you could just flow that through. You could pause and take it through one more round on each side if you wanted to, but for now, we're gonna call that good enough for today. We're gonna slide back out onto our bellies one last time. This time, it's just for some shoulder stretching, have no fear. Take your right arm out, either straight out at 90 degrees or up at the diagonal a little bit here. You can bend your left knee and just roll into that shoulder. So you'll be able to feel how far, if I need more, I generally have to move my arm to about like 3 o'clock position. But some people get a better stretch just leaving that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock position with the arm. And then you can wiggle your left toes back there behind you as much as you want. And just breathe. With your free left hand, you can just leave it somewhere close by, or you can reach it forward, like toward the sound of my voice, and stretch it up and over your head. Or you can take it all the way around behind your back. Tuck your forearm again into the small of your back like we did at the very beginning of class when we were standing up. Or last but not least, you can always try to find your left ankle and hang on to your ankle, and then just let the left leg get really heavy, and you'll get a nice quad stretch there. A little bend in your bottom knee is always okay if you feel like you're gonna tip too far over. Softly release. Let it go all the way through. You can feel all that warmth in your right shoulder and the little tingles come back down to your fingertips. That's fresh, oxygenated blood rushing through your shoulder joint. So good for you, especially if you're someone that has tight shoulders, just shoulder issues in general. This is a great stretch to practice once a day. Bend your right knee, roll back until you feel that good spot. Ladies, I forgot to mention this on the first side, but sometimes it feels good to just lift all of your ribs up and kind of move your whole chest around just so that you're a little bit more comfortable there. And then you can let your head relax. Right hand can stretch forward. Right hand can reach back. All kinds of different things to try here. get out of that, then just unroll it back to your belly. Wiggle your left fingers a little bit. Shake it all out. Just wiggle the hips, the spine. Work your way to your forearms. And one last little lazy up dog stretch right there. Hips and belly are still down on the mat. Just lift up. All right, and then release. If you are comfortable taking Shavasana on your belly, that's where we're going to rest for the few final moments here. If you're not, you can flip over onto your back. Shavasana on your belly or prone Shavasana can be done with the forearms stacked up, the big toes together, the heels flopping apart, or you can take arms back alongside you and just bring one ear down. Whatever you feel is good. If you have one side of your neck that's always really tight, bring that ear down and just work on stretching that side of your neck passively here. You don't have to do anything to make that happen. Just drop the weight of your head into the ground. And then 3 big exhales to settle you in. Through the nose, out the mouth. 1, 2, and then one more. Let your body completely relax on this next breath out. And we'll just stay right there for a few moments. And if you want to stay and rest here a little longer, you of course are always welcome to just stay put. Don't move a muscle. Continue to relax for as long as you have the time. Take good care of your body. If you're feeling good and you want to come up and finish with me, I'm just going to press slowly up off the ground. If if you were on your back, just bring your knees in, wrap yourself up. Might even tap back just briefly for that full stretch one more time. And then any comfortable place you want to finish. I'm just going to finish in a seated hero pose or in a kneeling posture. Take the hands to heart center, close your eyes. And for the final time, honor your intentions and dedications for the day. And then please take a moment to honor yourself, to be happy and grateful for your mind, for your body, for your practice today, for all that your mind and your body will offer you in practices to come. And then last but not least, we'll be happy and grateful for one another. Thank you for being here. Again, those of you who are making donations and buying class passes, you are making this little yoga world go round. So, so keep it coming. If you need that info, I'll put it up in the story today. It's been a week or so, so I can throw that up after class. We're nordisteyoga@gmail.com is our PayPal. I'm Annie Hanson, Hanson is how you spell my last name, _ Nordiste Yoga is the Venmo, and then you can still buy class passes on the website at nordisteyoga.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm with you guys again tonight, live and in person down by the river. So if you want to join us, we're on 13th at the Sheridan Memorial. It's that big rusty globe-looking thing that's down the street from the yoga studio to the west. When you hit the river, you'll know it. If you want to come out and practice, otherwise I'll be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a wonderful Thursday. See you soon. Namaste.